Is the offense this basic because of Nick? I know
he's not a dual threat. He's not a dual threat offensive-minded guy. But the man, the myth, the legend. I'm going to start calling Zander Hurts Mr. Crowbar because he's got to pry some shit out of John McMullen sometimes, boy. And he is the crowbar of JAKIB Sports. Without further ado, the big fan of Aziza Ojalara. He is Jalen. Excuse me. I want to get a guy who can throw the ball. Big Z. Zander Hurts. How you doing? Zander.
What'd you just call me?
Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. Zander Krause. Excuse me.
What's up, Big Stills? How you doing on a football Friday?
Dude, I love it when you sprinkle little nuggets for me every now and then. Get this. When did he put this up here? So get this, folks. So about 20 minutes into my show, I'm getting ready, telling you, going 20. And by the way, he talked me out of picking the Eagles because he goes like this.
I don't talk you out of shit. You're a grown man. You can make your own decisions.
Listen. Because I told him, I go, I want to go with the Vikings. He goes, Bob, I ain't got you. I go, fuck it. Vikings.
You said you wanted to go with the Eagles, and I said that.
I go, fuck it. Vikings 27-24. You know what? I'm sticking to my gut on this bitch. Anyway, all right, Big Z. What do you make of this new fucking bullshit out of AJ?
I don't think it was anything intentional to stir the pot. It's an ad he did for fact. Wait, I'll show you. Let's show it so we know people know what we're talking about. So AJ posted this up. Look, I just find it funny. I mean, that's all. Everybody talks about how much AJ and Jalen Hurts are buddy, and how AJ Brown loves it here in Philly. So AJ did an ad read on his Instagram today, and it's like, I guess for some food company. And they asked him a couple questions. It was like a trivia thing. What book are you reading? Favorite nickname? Olympic flag football team.
Either probably will have some flashcards, but
can you hear it?
Yeah.
I think I gave myself all the nicknames.
Here we go.
I always open Chica, myself, Travis Kelce, Saquon,
Saquon.
Either Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen. I would say
Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen. And then they asked him for his Philadelphia Mount Rushmore. And he said Jason Kelce, Nick Foles, himself, and T.O.
Nick Foles?
Then I'll put Nick Foles.
I didn't even fucking play with him.
So that's up to you. And I'll put myself and I'll put T.O.
Oh, my God.
I just say, hey.
He took Nick Foles over Hurts?
I know it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. It's a total shot at Hurts. It's a total shot at Jalen.
Wait, you want to laugh? Jamar Chase put up a Jalen Hurts stat line last night. 16 of 23 for 160 and 1 tutty. 16 catches on 23 targets. 16 to 23 for 160 and a touchdown. That's that Jalen Hurts stat line, Big Sills.
What do you make all this?
The team's got to get back on track. But here's the thing. We can't rely on – we are not built like other teams. Other teams can put the ball in the hands of their quarterback and say, make up for our deficiencies. Everybody keeps telling me about the deficiencies. I know we have deficiencies. Nobody is saying our offensive line is playing perfect. Nobody is saying our defense is playing perfect. Everybody tells me, and I've said it too, we have an elite quarterback. Elite quarterbacks make up for that shit. That's the point. The point of a quarterback and a great quarterback, and the reason they make all the money, and the reason it's the most important thing to a franchise. It's the number one thing that elevates your team. Your quarterback is supposed to elevate your football team, not vice versa. Right now, Jalen's not elevating the football team. He needs everything around to be perfect. I mean, we have one game of bad O-line play, or, one guy on the O-line. We still have 2 Hall of Fame level tackles out there every week. I mean, you don't see people bitching in every other city about this stuff. All the same people who tell me Jalen is the greatest quarterback in the league are the people who can't acknowledge he has to rise above some of the deficiencies of the team. Be consistent. I called him an elite quarterback and a top 5 player. Be it. Be the elite player. Prove me wrong or right in this case. He's not. Now we got a big game this weekend. I'm fired up for it. I really am, because all this talk, 10 days of festering on that New York Giants beatdown. I'm ready to go. We need to win. I got the Eagles winning 24-20.
24-20.
24-20.
What's the caboose doing in the game?
I'll go Jamar Chase. He'll go 16-23 for 160 and a tutty. He'll match the Jamar Chase line.
And another 45-50 rushing.
Why? Why do you say that?
What do you mean? Well, he's going to run the ball too.
Oh, let's look. He hasn't ran the ball well this year.
Well, he's been averaging about 45 yards.
Has he? I feel like last game he had like 5 yards rushing.
I think he did. I don't think he had a big yard. I think that was the only game he didn't.
Well, let me go and look. Last game rushing, he had 7 carries for 13 yards versus the Giants and 2 carries for 3 yards versus Denver. So 2 straight games he's had 9 carries for 16 yards across 2 games.
Because they've elevated the passing game. That's right.
Right, and he hasn't ran the ball super well right now. So, I mean, hey, maybe he gets back to that.
So maybe you think what they do is they counter that and they run the ball more instead of throwing the ball more in this game.
Maybe. I mean, maybe they do.
Packers do well, right?
I mean, the plan's got to be to run the ball this week, right? I mean, you got a great pass defense. You got good. Their corners are playing good right now. They struggle in the run. They got a great pass rush. They struggle in the run defense right now. So the idea here in this game is, to play Eagles ball, which doesn't rely on Jalen Hurts lifting you to the top.
Okay, that sounds right.
Complimentary football. That's where we are. I mean, look.
Wait.
We have a great team. We have an amazing football team. We got to rely on everybody. We are not a team that just puts the ball in the quarterback's hands and says, all right, take us to the finish line, like Josh and some of these other guys. Yeah, or like last night, Joe Flacco.
40. How about that, man? 23 targets for Chase. And for the game, a 40-plus-year-old Joe Flacco had 45 targets to his receivers. A.J. Brown in 6 games this year has 45 targets. I mean, well, let me throw this at you. Since you said we got to get back to running, how do you think you've run the ball this year?
Not well.
Why is this game different? Why is this game different then?
Yeah, it's a fair point by you. I mean, look, this is where you have to do something different in order to win the game. It's the game within the game. I mean, the stats are what the stats are right now. But that doesn't mean you can't, have a different outcome this week. And they're going to have to run the ball. I mean, if they don't run the ball, I'm not expecting to win. All right, I'm not. If they don't run the ball well in this game, if Saquon, let's say, he's under 80 yards in this game, I don't think the Eagles win the football game. They're not going to – I mean, you're not going to control the clock enough. You're not going to keep, win the possession battle. You'll probably lose the field position battle once again if that happens. And then you're going to be relying on moving the ball through the air where it just doesn't work when this team does that, I mean, I'm due a play to Crow for calling them for them to pass more. But, look, I was consistent. I came into the year saying Jalen's going to be an MVP this year because they're going to have to pass. But it's too easy to play this team defensively right now, Sills. It really is. It's not hard to play this team defensively.
Why can't Nick Sirianni answer a straight question when asked in a press conference? Did you want Isaiah Rodgers back? He gave some bullshit answer. They even tried following him up. He goes, I told you. He really didn't. Why is it so hard for that? Why can't the guy go, hey, listen, of course we wanted him back. We wanted everybody back. How come, man? How come he can't answer those questions, dude?
I mean, it's Nick. I'm so used to him not answering the questions anymore. But, yeah, I mean, I wish he would, but he kind of
where I come with that is there's nothing I believed in out of his face when he gets at that press conference.
What have you believed out of him? I mean,
nothing.
There's no reason to believe him. I want him to coach the team. I don't care about what he says at the press conference, honestly. I hear you. It's annoying to listen to, but at the end of the day, I care more about, the team having shitty effort versus the New York Giants on a Thursday night. You know what I mean? I care more versus a division rival. That's what I care more about. That's what he's got to manage a lot more than he does questions from the media, in my opinion.
Do you think that Jalen Hurts has lost A.J. Brown?
Yeah, I do. I think A.J. Brown hates this offense. I do. I think he hates this
By the way,
offense.
I don't think he hates Jalen. I think he just hates.
I mean, I'm not going to speak on their. I have no idea what their personal.
Yeah, me too. That's where I'm going. I don't know. I don't know these guys from a can of paint. So
I think he literally dreams of getting the football in other places because, rightfully so, when you're a great competitor, all right, when you're a great football player, when you're a great anything in life, that comes with an unwavering belief in yourself. A.J. Brown rightfully believes I'm one of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in this game, whether he's right or wrong. So when you don't use him, when you don't get the ball to him, when you turn on Jamar Chase and he gets 23 targets in one game, you get pissed off. And I can't blame him. He wants to dominate players, man. He wants to dominate the game. And quite frankly, if we lose the game this week, you're going to see some crazy conversations in this town. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty done with this fucking offense. I am. It's constipated. It's ugly. We have great skill position players running all over the place. They don't get the football. It's brutal to watch. I mean, seriously, be honest with ourselves, everybody. This offense at times is brutal to watch.
I want you to help me out on something. Take me back to your college days. And you had all those star players in your Alabama offense.
That offense is brutal to watch, too.
Were people screaming to get Tua in there, seeing if they
could? We're in the national championship, and I was in the bar.
Okay.
When Tua came into Bama, he was a he was a 5-star recruit.
He was at Hawaii.
Yes, at Hawaii. So when he got there, it was a big deal. Oh, Alabama's a big thing. So we knew he was on the bench the whole time, but Jalen was 26-2 at Alabama.
Yep.
Right? And the
SEC Player of the Year.
Right, and the one loss was in the national championship to Deshaun Watson's Clemson. And I forget where the other one was. I think it was the SEC championship game, maybe the next year, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, look, that's what people want, but it is what it is. I mean, Jalen is what he is. You know?
But my point is we've been saying the same shit since he was at Alabama. And somebody brought up something earlier.
I want to read you something. You're going to like this. Let me find it. Give me 2 seconds and I'll find it. All right, this right here is Jalen Hurts' draft profile before the NFL draft. Weaknesses. He has issues sustaining rhythm as a passer with so many off-schedule throws.
Not throwing on time.
Inconsistent patience allowing routes to develop.
Not good in the pocket.
Slow recognition of early throwing opportunities.
Can't read defenses.
Leaves slants and crossers behind targets.
Can't see the secondary.
Interception this week. Perfect example. Misses checkdowns and opts for harder throws. Deep arm dip into a longer. I think he's actually fixed the arm dip. Forced speedsters at Oklahoma and Alabama to slow down to catch deep throws. Needs to get better at trusting his pocket. Quick to drop his eyes when pressure mounts. More likely to avoid the pocket than climb, scan, and throw.
It's all skill issues.
It's the same thing.
It's the same issues.
It's the same problems. And when you have a team, look, last year it worked. But that style of offense is not long-term sustainable in today's NFL. It is not. You are not going to run your way to a Super Bowl year in and year out in this league. You're not.
Not if everything is not perfect like it was a year ago.
Yeah, but the point is, even if you do have it perfect a year ago, it's never going to stay perfect because the offensive line is destroyed. The defensive turnover that you're going to have year in and year out. The roster turnover from year to year. There's no team in the history of football that had the number one O-line for 5 years.
You know what Howie did this year that Hurts? He ripped that defense apart.
Yeah.
Ripping that defense apart has hurt that offense big time.
Yeah, I agree.
So let me ask you some of these keys going into this game. So Q looks like he's going to play. How do you feel about Jefferson on Q?
I mean, you don't feel good about any cornerback on Jefferson. Let's be real. Jalen Ramsey's a great football player. No, great cornerback. Maybe past his prime, but he's a great cornerback. How'd that look last night covering Jamar Chase one-on-one? Good offense is normally going to beat good defense. Now, you can make it harder on them. The bigger concern is that the other dude on the other side, that a lot of people don't know how good he is, Jordan Addison can flat out play.
He can.
I mean, that guy can play. Now, he's not Justin Jefferson, but he's every bit as good as Devontae Smith as a wide receiver too, or close to it.
Or T. Higgins.
Right, or T. Just like, I mean, in that ballpark, he's that type of impact in the game.
Yeah.
So you got Ringo or Jackson over there, whoever ends up playing on him. I mean, the safety help has been pitiful this year. Let's be real. So, you're probably getting into a game where that offense is gonna carve up the defense a little bit. And if you don't control the line of scrimmage, if you don't control the clock, if you don't run the football well, this is going to be an ugly game for the Eagles. It just is. I think they're going to have to get back to winning the trenches. They haven't won the trenches recently, so they got to win the trenches, man.
That's where I'm going next. An injured Dickerson and Toth versus Jonathan Allen. How do you feel about that?
Jonathan Allen, they got Grenard in the middle, and they got a lot of great They got Javon Hargrave over there. Everybody remembers him.
And Hargrave.
Yep. I mean, look, at the end of the day, this is a good defensive line. Now, their weakness is the run. They have pass rushers.
But the weakness for the Eagles has been the run.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That's something that I think Philly fans have really had a tough time dealing with also, is that, John even falls into it. And sometimes I do. Hey, listen, this is a game set up for Saquon Barkley to have a really good game. Well, wait a minute. Where have you really had a good game running the ball? You're under.
Yeah, do you think it's going to stay there? Like, really? Do you think Saquon's going to keep this pace for the whole year? If he does, seriously, this season is cooked.
I think it's got a lot to do with the health of the guys in front of him.
I agree.
Because you know why? This looks like the New York Giants line right now, barring the two tackles that you have.
Hell, that Giants line looked better than this O-line last week. That Giants line was looking good. Although Jackson Dart was, he was skating all over the place out there.
Who thought it would take 1 year to replace Saquon Barkley in New York? What do you make of this one? A.J. Brown versus Rodgers in this game.
I mean, I like A.J. Brown there. Just like I just gave Jefferson the advantage of the Q.
Well, add Jalen into that.
Well, right. That's a big part of it. Jalen hasn't really given as many opportunities for A.J. Brown this year to win the battles. And I don't understand why they don't. Like, can you just imagine one game of A.J. Brown getting the ball like Jefferson or like Jamar?
200 yards.
I mean, dude, that was like crazy to watch. It was like clockwork. I mean, they didn't even care. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of people who blame predictability. And it's like, okay, we're predictable, but this is showing you that
they were unstoppable predictability.
They were the most predictable offense I've ever seen last night. I literally was watching the Amazon, the Prime Vision, the big view. Every time I'm looking where Jamar is, I'm like, oh, they're going to go to him there. They're going to go to him. Watching it over and over again. Doesn't matter. They got the ball to him because he's a great player, and players overcome plays. That's how it works in the NFL. If you don't have the players to overcome the plays, then we got to have a different conversation, right? We don't have the players that are as elite as we think they are. And I think that's where we are right now. But, they got to evolve this offense a little bit, dude. They really do. I mean, we can't keep playing this way.
They can't evolve it, though.
I know that. I understand that. But what am I supposed to do? Just sit
No. The only way you're going
to honestly bothering me. Like, it really is. Like, I'm pretty angry about it.
You know why? Because you know the answer.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. You don't want to come to grips with it yet.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And here, I'm going to lead you here. How do you feel about Kevin Patullo, Jalen Hurts versus Brian Flores?
How do you feel about it? Brian Flores, one of the best DCs in the game.
Number 5 in the NFL, too.
You got Nick Sirianni's frat buddy versus one of the best defensive coordinators in football. Yeah, I'm taking Brian Flores in that advantage.
Okay, well, then let's ask one of the toughest questions that we can ask you. Going into this game on Sunday, who's got the most pressure, Nick, Hurts, or Kevin Patullo?
Hurts. I think for the first time, it's truly Hurts. I never thought I'd say that. And there's still a
Guys,
collection.
respond in here too. I want to hear you.
There's still a collection of fans who do not want to come to grips with what they're watching with their own eyes. They want to be deceived, and whatever out they use, it's Patullo, it's Sirianni, it's whatever it is. Right now, the onus is on the quarterback, and I've never seen this much conversation about the quarterback as there has been this week. All right, there's people all over the place saying, maybe Jalen's not as good as we thought. Maybe Jalen does struggle at this. Maybe Jalen does have deficiencies. So if you're not able to correct that narrative this week and you can't throw the ball versus this team, or you can't get going, especially by the way, it's heightened after that Thursday night game where you watched Jamar Chase get 16 catches. By the way, he had like 3 drops last night too. He could have had 20 catches in that game. So I'm just saying, man, I mean, I think the pressure's on Hurts right now. I really do. And look, everybody who in the chat is mad at us right now because they love Jalen Hurts. You should love that. You should be happy with that. Because if Jalen Hurts is elite, like we say he is, that's no problem. Put the pressure on me. I'll handle it. If he's not elite and he falls flat, then maybe you got to have a come to Jesus conversation about it. It's a good thing. If you love Jalen Hurts, good. You should want the pressure on him. I think the pressure's on Jalen Hurts.
Wasn't there a crossroad in Carson Wentz's time in Philly? There was a crossroad, right? And then all of a sudden, you guys are doing what you're doing right now. You came to the realization, maybe this guy isn't the guy. Didn't you have the same kind of?
Not the guy. Well, it depends. He needs a perfect team around him. Okay. He had a perfect team around him in Alabama.
That narrative has changed now because people really didn't believe that because last year, you know what the line was? The line last year was, we had an elite run game. Well, guess what? You don't have an elite run game, your quarterback can't carry you.
Even that's a faulty narrative. Some dude messaged me on Twitter last night. He's like, yeah, well, if the run game gets fixed, it's good. I'm like, they were a historic.
If the run game gets fixed, it clouds the deficiency of the quarterback.
Yeah, but if the run game was as good as it gets in the history of football last year.
Yeah, right.
You still couldn't pass the ball. Why do people assume that the offense would just pass the ball better if Saquon got going? The run game would be better. It would help us win games 100%. It would help our defense if the run game got going. The insinuation or the thought process that it would help the passing game is there's zero base for that. There's zero basis. There's zero evidence of that. Zero. They had a historic running game last year. They still couldn't pass the football well. It is what it is.
How about this? Doesn't it show you how fast you can be at the top 11 months ago? And all of a sudden now people are questioning you 11 months going forward.
Well, welcome to being at the top.
Well, also, it's a week-to-week league, and it's a flip-flop league. And it's not really flip-flop takes. It's performance by the player, right? Now here, how much do you put on the organization for not utilizing the kid right also?
Well, I do think that's a big part of it too. But at the end of the day, I mean, you can only cover it up so much. I mean, he's not a great thrower of the football. It's a throwing league. Everything about the league is legislated to throw.
Your offense is about the throwing.
Right. I mean, they built the offense to throw. You think Jeffrey Lurie brought A.J. Brown here and paid him, 2 big contracts, and Devontae Smith they spent a first-round pick on, I mean, to not get them the football? I mean, let's be real. Those guys are in jail, man. I don't even know. I think Devontae Smith, we don't even know what he's capable of. We really don't. They don't get the opportunity to show it that much. So the team's got to evolve. The team's got to be better. And if they don't, I mean, it's going to be it's going to be tough for this team to win at a high clip this year, I think, unfortunately.
What do you make of Nick's accountability in this? How do you think Nick's done?
Quinyon Mitchell's a full go. So he's
good. Good. That's good for Jeff. That's good on Jefferson. What do you think Nick's accountability is in all this?
I mean, he's a big part of it, but at the end of the day, this is the tough conversation that most people don't want to have because there's still some good football minds out there who say it's Nick's offense, and they're right, it is Nick's offense, but that comes with the assumption that Nick could run a different offense, and I'm not yet sold on that. Like, Nick ran in a completely different offense in Indy. Did he completely forget how to run that? Did he completely, did he just become stupid? Is the offense this basic because of Nick? I know
he's not a dual threat. He's not a dual threat offensive-minded guy. Kellen Moore wasn't. They just moved to a run game.
Kellen Moore is a great passing game coordinator.
Correct.
He's great at it.
Great. And you know what he did? He knew that the quarterback was not capable of it, and there was a historic run game, like you said, and they leaned heavily and 90% on that. Like I said to you, Zander, they did more harm to Hurts's development a year ago and not relying on being balanced when you needed it to be balanced on a consistent basis. You got completely away from that. Jalen Hurts last year, his two best games happened to be really in the NFC title game and Super Bowl. You're so fortunate of that they hadn't figured it out now. The defensive coordinators, in my opinion, have figured this out, dude. They know what he is now. If you don't have a run game and you're injured in the O-line, he is not carrying a football team. Dude, Joe Flacco in your offense would do what last night?
Yeah, I don't want to go down that road. I don't know. I mean, it's obvious.
For 500 yards, you know he would.
It's obvious that he would get the receivers involved more. I mean, shit. I mean, clearly. But I don't know if that's necessarily the way to look at it, to just translate that to a victory, to more victories. I think he'd get the receivers more involved. But, I don't know. It's tough for me to say. You want me to say Joe Flacco is better than Jalen Hurts? How can I say that?
Well, he has nowhere near had the career. Are you kidding me?
Well, you're looking at you're looking at
you're looking at a 20-year guy.
Comp. I mean,
no. You're looking at, remember, he is a Super Bowl MVP too.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
And remember, there used to be a debate: is Joe Flacco elite? Remember that debate?
Well, here, you want to hear something else? I'll ask you. Are we sure that Aaron Rodgers is better than Joe Flacco right now?
Joe Flacco made better decisions in that game last night.
How about Joe taking off running?
Read option.
20 years old, he runs like that.
Joe Flacco, read option for the first down. He had everybody fooled, including the broadcast.
How about? But are we sure that Aaron Rodgers is better than him right now? I'm not.
No, I'm not.
I think Rodgers' best years are 5 years ago.
Dude, catch. Flacco was getting the ball out last night so fast, dude. 2 seconds.
Was, man. Was he
2.3 seconds, anywhere in that range. That ball was coming out. Ball was coming out.
By the way, we're going to read all the supers here in a minute. What do you make of this Vikings team heading in?
Solid team, but I think we've talked them up a little too much. I mean, they're an okay team. They're not graded out that high. They're not ranked all that high. I mean, they're a good defense, but that's more to do with Brian Flores, I think, than the players that they have. Offensively, they have great skill position guys, but they have injuries on the offensive line. Now, I don't know how many of them are returning for this week. It's presumed that some of them are returning. So we'll see on that front. But I think they're an average to above average team right now, and the Eagles should be able to win this game. Now, if they don't, let's see what the fallout is or what the backlash is of it. But I think they're a good team. I think they're a formidable opponent, and I don't think you take them lightly for certain. But I don't think they're a team that we should be looking uphill like, oh, how are we going to beat this team? Not even close.
Well, I don't think anybody you'll be doing that to. But do you believe this? And maybe because you just gave me a great topic here. When you look at the Giants game, was the Giants game more of a come to Jesus moment? Was that like a come to Jesus, like wake up call kind of thing? Was it like, or was it something that you think it's inevitable that things are to come? I told you the other day when we were doing the post-game show, and I keep emphasizing it, that Denver fourth quarter led me to believe that was signs of things to come. And it reared its head for 4 quarters against the Giants. I didn't think it'd be 4 quarters like that. But that Denver fourth quarter, in my opinion, I want everybody in here to remember I said this. Circle that. Because that fourth quarter in that Denver game, to me, was a sign of things to come, and it played over into the New York game. Now you got Minnesota. You're on the road. I'll ask you this again. Do you think that was a wake-up call, or do you think that this is still signs of things to come with this football team?
It's still signs of things to come. This team can still right their ship. This team can still control the narrative for the remainder of the season. It doesn't have to spiral out. It doesn't. All right. I've been pretty doom and gloom all week. And by the way, I want to tell you something. All right. I know you're going to have people in this chat and people on Twitter who say you're crazy for the way we're talking about the Eagles team right now. This is how the majority of the city feels right now. I promise you that. We had an event at Screwballs last night. You know we do the Thursday night Screwball. Yep. We've had people who've been going there for 5 years with us. We have one guy, Big Eagles Al. He's never picked against the Eagles in his life. He has different Eagle jersey on every single week. All right? He came in last night and said, this team is bad. This team's going to lose this week. For the first time in 5 years, Eagle Al picked against the Eagles. And I'm not saying he's a perfect synopsis. I'm just saying everybody at the bar last night, where it's always Eagles, sunshine, and rainbows, was down on the Eagles. And it was a packed bar. Packed bar. I'm just saying, the city is on edge about the team right now. They are. And we'll see if they can right the ship and get back on track, or if they can't.
Injury report just came out. Grant Calcaterra is questionable. How about Jalen Carter and Dickerson questionable? They've been listed as questionable. Q's not listed as questionable for this game, I don't believe. No, he's not.
No, Q's going to be in. Carter's listed as questionable.
So is Landon. What do you make of that?
I mean, it's expected with Landon. I didn't think he'd be ready to go. Not great, that's for sure. You want to get the running game going and you don't have Landon Dickerson? By the way, Cam Jurgens is an even bigger problem in there.
Hey, dude, Landon, for me, I'm like, dude, I get it. I mean, you had 2 surgeries in the offseason. You're struggling right now. You didn't get enough time to rehab and all that. I'm cool with him. I get it. He's just struggling because of injuries. This guy, Cam Jurgens, is struggling because of, I don't know, man. Maybe that back injury is just not. He's getting tossed around, bro.
Dude, they should be making NFL films on this team in 10 years. That's how good they have the capabilities of being. They really do. I know people are like, "Oh, it's the NFL. You're never as good as you think." Dude, this roster is crazy, man. This roster should be A.J. Brown should be getting 1,600 plus yards a year every year. He should be getting 110 plus catches a year. Literally. They barely even throw him the football. And I got all these nerds in my mentions on Twitter. Oh, my God, you're so wrong. He's been an all-pro. I'm like, yeah, all right. So you think A.J. Brown likes this offense? Seriously. You think A.J. Brown likes this fucking offense? No, he's in hell. He's in jail in this offense. They don't even look his way. For all the people saying, oh, he doesn't look like he's running his routes through. I'm like, bro, if you ran routes for 4 years and you knew the ball wasn't going to be there, you'd probably take up a little bit too. It's called human nature. Jamar Chase runs those routes hard because 23 times last night when he got to the out, or he came out of his break, the ball was coming. A.J. Brown's getting 4 targets, 6 targets. Brian says, fuck what AJ likes. Dude, that's a shitty way to do it. Brian, in the game of football in the NFL, you win with your best players. That's how you win, with your best players. You're telling me we can't use our best players? That'd be like saying, fuck what Michael Irvin thinks. Michael Irvin got the football. Come on, man.
Hey, dude, Elizabeth just asked a question. I'm going to use it.
Go ahead.
Who in the organization?
Questions this week.
Hey,
as an objective viewer, I mean, she's had a lot of great questions this week.
How about this? Who in the organization is the one person to tell them to get their shit together?
I think A.J. Brown's the one who's trying, and everybody's saying he's a diva wide receiver. Why are you listening to the diva? Oh, my God. Dude, the offense is 30th in football. We just got blown out by the Giants. We can't run the ball. Our offensive line's not the same. Hello? Hey. Hello,
dude.
Everybody, I think the wide receiver might not be a diva, and he might be right.
I think the quarterback and the coach are just getting exposed like fucking nobody's business. And you know by who? AJ.
That's what I just said. He's the one who's trying to tell
He's
them.
exposing them. Dude, he's totally exposing these two guys. Man, I'm telling you, for me, that's got to come from the head coach. It can't come from the GM.
Well, look, Howie didn't have a great offseason, but at the end of the day, are we real? I mean, are we really going to blame this all on Howie? I get it. Look, he didn't make all the perfect moves. I understand. I'm not saying he did. In fact, he had one of his worst off seasons on record. But at large, our roster is still a top 5 roster in football. And Howie Roseman built the roster. Did he make some bad moves this year? Yes, he did. But the only reason we're really saying they're bad moves is because the elite quarterback isn't compensating for them. Every other elite quarterback has to overcome deficiencies. Imagine if do you think people were calling Brett Veach a trash can when he went to the Super Bowl, when they went to the Super Bowl in 23 and won with that shitty ass roster? I mean, Patrick Mahomes is throwing to Juju Smith-Schuster. I get it. Howie didn't have a great offseason. I agree. We still got a damn good roster. It is top heavy. It's a top heavy roster, but most rosters are. Hate to break it to you.
Well, the richest offense and the poorest defense. I mean, that's quite a swing.
But there is how many first round
draft there's context to it with the draft pick.
It's a lot. It's a lot of first rounders.
I want to put context to this. I think the best coaching job in the NFL right now is going on with Todd Bowles' coaching staff and what they're doing there when they're going in with 4, 5, and 6 receivers. But you made a great point. The reason why a lot of that stuff is being covered is because the quarterback is playing at an epic and he's playing at an all-time level right now. I mean, he's just carrying a fucking football team of trash cans to victory. And they're just coaching. That guy, Josh Grizzard, is fucking coaching his ass off.
Yes, he is.
Bro, that guy's going to be a head football coach. You have no Godwin. You have no Evans. You have no Bucky Irvin. You have 3 guys in the offensive line out, and you're going and winning ball games, and you got Detroit, and you're heading up to Detroit. Dude, I don't believe they're going to win that game, but God, I don't know. Baker Mayfield may end up winning that ball game. They are doing such a great job at coaching. How do you think this coaching staff is doing with this team this year?
Terrible. Offensively. But there's also another way to look at it. I saw a lot of receivers running open versus the New York Giants. So, I mean, if you're judging an offensive coordinator and your barometer for judgment is the success of the offense, then you have to also look at the execution of the offense. If it's not being executed the way it's supposed to be executed, it's hard to go and criticize over the top of coaches. Now, I don't think the coaches have been great. I don't think they put Jalen in the best positions. I don't think they have added a whole lot. But that, again, now you're back to the chicken and the egg conversation. Why are they running this offense? Is it because the coordinator is inept and sucks and the coach sucks? Or is it because the quarterback is struggling right now to execute without a good running game? I mean, it's not Kevin Petula's fault that the offensive line is struggling to block. It's not.
Okay, well, let me say this to you about Howie, because I want to go back to what you said. That this is not all on Howie. Bro, if you're not replacing people and you're just putting dudes in there, you're sabotaging yourselves, aren't you?
Yeah,
I mean, you're reading your headlines or something, or you're not.
Don't at some point, isn't that like one of the things where being a GM, like sometimes you have to rip the Band-Aid off? Like,
here's the analogy I made yesterday. Howie decided to take some water on the boat. Okay? The question is going to be this year in 25, does the water sink the boat? Or are you going to be able to float in the direction that all teams at the end of the year, you're going to be one of the 4 teams in the NFC championship hunt for you to be able, because all those players that he took water on, dog. I mean, you were
Yeah, he
sharing.
did.
You were above everybody a year ago. By
Okay,
the end of the year.
here's another realization then that you're bringing to light. All right, yeah, Howie wasn't perfect. So now we need to have a perfect season from our defense, a
Yeah.
perfect season from our offensive line, a perfect season from our running back, and a perfect season from our general manager.
And coach and head coach.
And that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if
Last year, don't you agree? Last year you had more margins of error.
you're not getting that every year. You're just.
But a year ago you had more margins for error, right? Because you were so dominant on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
This year you have no margins. So when you lose a player like Carter, or you lose somebody like Dickerson, or there's a turnover in the game, no matter if it's the Giants or you beating Kansas City, that's how close it is this year on who you are. You're not that team a year ago where you went on that iconic run and blew the doorknobs off of everybody, correct? He made it so, Howie, that he took his margins away. There's no room for error, dude.
Yeah, I just think if you're relying on that, then it's going to let you down eventually. Howie's a good GM, man. You're not going to be perfect.
I'm not saying he's not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, again, this goes back to what I asked you a couple times. Dude, 26 and 27 is important to these guys, more so than what 25 is.
Yeah, but again, it brings me right back to what I've been ragging on all week long on these shows. Everybody wants to talk about the defense. It's the offense, man. It is if the offense is performing at the level they should be performing based on how much money they make in relation to the entire NFL, none of these conversations are as prevalent.
The problems were there a year ago.
Mm.
In the passing game, they were there a year ago.
100% in the passing game.
I mean, the run game hid the flaws. They hid the quarterback's flaws. They hid the coaching flaws. All of that.
Man, this is a tough spot. This team's got to come in here and win this week.
Oh yeah. So that's another one. Can't lose the Wentz, dog. You can't. Hey, you can't lose the Wentz.
You guys think I've been mad this week? This might be an ugly season for me. Yeah, I might have gotten the better of you last season. This might be an ugly one, folks. This might be a Sileo beatdown for the next 6 months, 10 months, 12 months.
Still, listen, you said it, though. You still got Green Bay and Detroit. Okay? You still got a lot of room to turn this thing. Look, I think of how much do you think of this stuff is injury?
On the offensive line, for sure. I mean, look, the offensive line and the defensive line got to be better. They do. But to think that they have to be perfect in order for you to win games just shows you that you have deficiencies in the other areas of your roster that you never wanted to admit before. An elite quarterback, Joe, seriously, who's a better offensive line as it stands right now on October 17th? The offensive line that the Bengals rolled out last night, or the offensive line that the Eagles are going to roll out on Sunday?
I'll take the Eagles.
Okay, me too. So if you need all those things to be perfect, I mean, you're not going to win a whole lot in the league, man. You're not. Stop, roll Philly. That Bengals line is not better than our other line.
Bengals whole line is no. Flacco made him, but a good quarterback can make a shitty offensive line look great.
Yeah, by getting the football out.
Yeah, right. That's correct, my friend.
Something Jalen is struggling to do right now. Let me send Mike North the link. You better tell Mike North.
Oh,
Mike
where's
all the Jalenites? Jalenites, show yourself. Mike North's coming up, so you'll get your glaze on Jalen.
Oh my God! All right, let's read these. Let's read these supers, bro.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. I want to send the thing to Mike.
Holy cow! I can't wait for the pre and post game show.
Here's Reyes. I was ripping into Reyes this morning, who's literally on on a trailer right now. His takes are so fucking bad right now. Terrible. He tells me, how many times does he say Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in football? Yet Jalen Hurts can't do shit to elevate the deficiencies of this football team.
He's so bad right now.
Reyes is really struggling.
Right. You know what? You're like Shohei Ohtani right now. 1 for 14, dude.
Is that what Shohei is in the postseason?
Yeah. Hey, bro.
I was watching that.
He's
Football
pitching
game.
tonight, so I'm gonna, he may help your team out tonight, bud.
Jalen Heights assemble. There you go.
Oh,
Good going.
God.
Jalen Heights assemble in the chat. They're coming over
Oh,
from
my
Twitter.
God. This is
All the
gonna
Twitter
be-
people are Jalen Heights. Every one of them over there. Eagles
Okay.
Twitter is a nightmare. It really is. All right, let's go to Catch here. Catch says, $20 super chat. Thank you, Catch. Hurts needs to delete that phone wallpaper from the Super Bowl loss. Put the damn Super Bowl ring on his finger and get his head right.
That's right, man. You're the reigning MVP of the Super Bowl, Junior. Act like it.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to do more than just that. All right, he's gonna have to do more than just put the ring on his finger. He needs to play better. He needs to execute the offense better. He needs to get the ball out of his hands. He needs to beat zone defenses by putting the ball in the tight windows. He needs to stop being afraid to throw the football. You see Aaron Rodgers last night. He has 2 interceptions in the first half. That's another thing with these young quarterbacks. They're all afraid to throw interceptions. Dude, throw the rock.
He ended up throwing
4 touchdowns last night. Look at
4.
Joe Flacco. You think Joe Flacco was worried about some interceptions last night?
No, you know why?
Throw the ball.
Those elite quarterbacks love their arm. That's why Hurts doesn't love his
Well,
arm.
and they know what they're seeing. They trust what they're seeing.
Yeah, they know who they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
They know what they're seeing.
Jalen Hurts, Sunday, 141, 32 rushing, touchdown and a pick.
141?
Yeah. No way, man.
Big Mark says, this is ridiculous. The Brown bitch-assness is destroying this team. It's rubbing off on everyone. Big Marsh, I think you're directing your anger at the wrong spot, man. I really do. I
think he's just peeling the onion back here.
Yeah, but I think he's wrong about directing it all at A.J. Brown.
Well, Marsh, you must be a Hurts guy. That's why. Because you're either a Hurts guy or you're an A.J. guy in this conversation. Either you believe A.J.'s doing the right thing by peeling the onion back and exposing people, or you think that he's being more of a TO in the locker room. It's one or the other. It can't be both. By the way, I asked you that question.
Wait, this is also a faulty bullshit narrative. How many quarterbacks in the league right now have a new offensive coordinator? The guy in Detroit got a new offensive coordinator.
Does.
Baker May. How many new offensive coordinators has Baker Mayfield had, bro, Philly?
Sam Darnold does.
Sam Darnold's got another new offensive coordinator. I mean, dude, that is a cop-out. If you want to say it's somewhat of an impact, it is. But to say it's the whole thing is stupid.
Trevor Lawrence does.
A lot of them do. Liam Cohen was the guy for Baker. He was
Spencer
the guy
Rattler.
for Baker.
Spencer Rattler does. Daniel Jones does. Hey, Daniel Jones. Shane Steichen and Daniel Jones right now. I don't. Who would you rather have? Daniel Jones is your quarterback or Jalen Hurts?
Right now, Daniel Jones. Full body of work to me, Jalen.
Oh my God. Look at you, man.
I can't flake. Like, come on, man. I gotta rock with Hurts a little bit. I mean, I can't.
Hey, listen, he just caught himself with a stupid take. He went like he goes, I go, Daniel Jones or Hurts. He goes, give me Daniel Jones. And then
Who the fuck did you take?
I'm gonna still take Jalen too. You know why? He's won bigger games.
Chad, who you taking? Daniel Jones or Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, I'm still going Jalen. I'm not switching on that. No way, not yet.
Sean says, give me dimes.
Give me the Mormon missile.
Zander is crazy. Money Mitch.
Hey, by the way,
I'm talking crazy.
You want to hear some intel on something? You ready? James Franklin to Stanford.
Really?
Maybe.
It's a good option for him. No pressure. Nobody cares if you win.
Right.
It's a good option for him.
And a lot of money.
Jalen Hurts. Kyle, I should have taken your advice. I plead the fifth.
Oh, man. Good grief. Xander caught himself. He went.
I'll rescind that. All right. I'll rescind that.
You see him catch himself. He goes, hang on.
Khaled said, this offense is like watching paint dry. You can say that again. Richard Butt says, it's Hurts. It's on him the rest of the way. He's got to elevate the team. Khaled says, if he needs a perfect team around him, then he needs to take a pay cut because we can't sustain this forever.
Nobody's taking a pay cut.
Now, here, ready for this next take? This is a good question. Khaled says, you think the O-line would be healthier if we had a passing quarterback?
I think you'd be.
I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
I think you'd be healthier if you didn't have Saquon Barkley.
I don't know, man. He holds the ball for a second.
Well, Saquon Barkley wore this team out. Mekhi Becton's hurt too. Dude, they ran that.
Yeah,
they ran that whole line into the ground.
I know, but part of it was because of also, I mean, if that running
game throw, right.
I mean, that's part of it.
It is. That's
part of it.
Oh, how about this? The reason, yes, because they couldn't be balanced a year ago. Okay, yeah.
Christopher says, our $250 million offense and $50 million quarterback is ranked almost at the bottom. And this isn't all in the coaching either. Hurts is limited and too inconsistent. Too many people scared of the truth. Vikings win 28-17. Christopher Michael. Oh!
Man, I can't believe all the shit that I said is coming true about this kid. 4 years I've been doing
we got to let it lay a little bit.
Listen, 4 years I've been doing this, and 5 years I've been doing this. I didn't think it'd come this quick, but here it is. Realization, this guy's limited. Tell you since 2021 he's limited. You have to have a great team.
Boy, have you taken some shit for it.
Boy, I'll say. I mean, and you've got everyone in Philly questioning it, going, is this guy really that good? And I said it since day one. Listen, I do think he's a good player in the right form, in the right how you use him. But for whatever reason, but for whatever reason, the Eagles just fight themselves on getting him the right coaching.
Yeah, but this is. I mean, again, this is also part of this new age thing of like apparently people just don't want quarterbacks to be a good thrower. Like when you say Jalen is limited, okay, expand on that. What do you mean?
Can't pass from the pocket very well.
Okay, I want my quarterback to be able to pass the ball, just like I want my running back to be able to run the ball.
Okay.
Pass blocking is an add-on. I want my receivers.
Your Monday morning quarterback.
I want my offensive lineman to be able to block.
Your Monday morning quarterbacking now. You paid the guy. Wait, I'm gonna tell you how you are. You paid the fucker. You got to play him now, and you got to build a team around him now, bro. I mean, this ain't college, Zander, where I can go over to Tuscaloosa and get the kid from the local high school who's a 5-star kid and have 10 of those guys on my bench. I don't have that in the NFL. I mean, dude, you cannot.
Oh, Billy, this is a ridiculous comment. I would rather my quarterback not pass well and be able to create with his legs. What the fuck is he, a running back?
Who's that quarterback?
Billy, come on!
Who's that guy from Army again?
Bryson Daly? Are you kidding me? Nobody in their right mind says that, including all the best football minds. That is a ridiculous comment.
Hey, so
Roll, ridiculous comment.
You want to have that Army quarterback, right? You want to have that dual threat, triple option guy.
I said nobody ever. I want my quarterback to be better with his legs than his arm. What? He's a quarterback.
Dude, you know what? I'm going to say something here. I hope to God that Jalen has a great game and he puts some of the shit to rest. But I don't think anybody's wrong in what they've said about him. I really don't. But I hope that he overcomes it. Do I think he will? No.
Look at Senor. Senor, I like how Senor's been coming.
Oh, Senor has been on his bro. He's
like more negative. He's like, you need to go harder, Zander. Still waiting for what Zander used to say. Jalen Hurts can pass. He just hasn't needed to use his arm. Look at that. Senorita holding my feet to the fire.
Look at Senor, man.
He's Big Marsh. Now, I disagree, Zander. Football is a team game, and AJ's not a team player. Well, they don't use him. Why is he here then? Big Marsh. Hey, Big Marsh. There's no reason to keep him in Philly. They're not using him. They don't allow his skill set to thrive. They don't give him an opportunity to make catches. They don't give him an opportunity to make an impact on the football game. Then trade him. What the hell you got the guy for? Why do you have a $32 million receiver to throw him 4 passes a game? When your offense can't run, your O-line's struggling to block, and you can't move the football.
Let me tell you what, man. Mike North has been a Jalen Hurts. He's a Jalen Hurtsite.
Oh, the Jalen are going to be excited because
wait.
This show has not been a Jalen this week.
My take has always been he's limited as a passer. He's limited in the pocket. He has to have a great team around him. He's not going to carry a football team. And they've hired – you tell me this. If you know all these things, why do you hire a coordinator that's never called a play? And you know this. Why would you do that?
Well, because they hired it. Wait, here's a pushback. They hired it. They hired a coordinator last year who had all these great complex offensive schemes and motion and routes and this and that. And they put him into a box of the dumbest down offense you can get. What's the point of going and getting a complex offensive coordinator if they don't even run a complex offense?
Dude, I've been pretty confident. I've been pretty consistent since 21 on what
you say that like they wouldn't put whoever they hired back into this box.
Well, because I want somebody that's in the world of Shane Steichen on what he's doing with Daniel Jones. And what Hurts got out of him. Look at Jalen Hurts' best time as an Eagle quarterback was in 22 with Shane. Why can't you hire people in that same context to help evolve the offense? The guy had 1,500 yards passing.
Look, Rich says, keep that same energy, Zander. Zander Sills is brainwashing you. Don't take the bait. Oh, Middlesbrough, we're the 30th offense in pro football. 30th. We got to be better. Wait, I got to show you something. Well, we got to get through some supers because Mike's ready to go. So let me get through some supers here. Christopher got that one. Here's Brian. Baker has 1,500 yards and is 5-1 with guys that work at Publix. He'll have more than Hurts at the end of the year by week 10. Probably right. Again, another example of a quarterback not having everything perfect around him and elevating the team.
A new coordinator.
Right, and a new coordinator. Got to elevate. If you're going to talk elite, if you're going to talk top 5, you got to elevate. Robert says, Howie trading CJ away was a mistake. Dude was a leader and gave the defense balls. Yeah, and this defense is lacking balls, Robert. I mean, Jackson Carter running by them dudes.
Aziza Uzalaura is playing edge for you in this game.
Here's Abe. Doug said Jalen was drafted to be a backup. Carson started to fall off. Howie knew Jalen had flaws and had to bubble wrap him and held him up till now. Well, Abe, Jalen went to the playoffs his first year starting, and Howie Roseman was the top bidder for Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson that offseason.
That's right.
Eagles fans like to forget that context.
That's
Howie Roseman was ready to ship Jalen out after his first year.
There was a 3-year contract on the table for Russell Wilson, and Russell voided it.
Yeah. Freddie says Hard Knocks is going to be good. Dude, you know that, right? Hard Knocks is NFC East this year.
How much do you think the Eagles are going to let them? Because
Bob Lang is working overtime on that Hard Knocks production crew. He's not letting them get anything. Kyle says, this might be the worst offense I've seen in Philly since 2020. This year looks between 2020 and 2021.
I'm going to give you a line, Zander, and I want you to YouTube it. This offense looks as bad as Bob Avellini's offense back in the day with the Bears, when the only thing they did was run. No, Bobby Douglas offense. This is like a Bobby Douglas offense. They don't throw the ball, and they just run.
Let's go to NJ. Had a great live today. Caught tons of fish and waited for Big Balls Buffalo Bills Sills to show up.
How you doing, Maniac?
I can barely get Sills to click the link at the right time, NJ. What are you talking about? That Daniel Jones comment deserves a super chat. Good to know I made at least $1 on it, 314. I'm going to get ripped on it in the chat. I'm a team first guy. Uh-oh, look at this. Big Dom says, I've been watching McKee highlights to enjoy the offense.
Oh, my God, dude.
Somebody tweeted the McKee highlights to me last night. I'm like, I saw them, buddy. I appreciate it.
Man, I can't tell you the heat that this team is getting right now, boy.
Totally agree, Z. Trade his ass. He only here because his run blocking skills is elite. Well, we don't use him in the pass game, Big Marsh.
No way.
Big Marsh, you think we're going to have a better offense keeping Jalen and removing AJ than if you kept AJ and put a pocket passer in? Is that what you're telling me, Big Marsh? because the offense is 30th in pro football right now. You basically can't get worse. I mean, you're almost at the bottom, Big Marsh.
No, of all the elite teams that are in the playoffs right now, the Eagles have the worst offense in football.
I mean, you're going to have Mike North next. The Chicago Bears offense looks a lot better than this offense.
It does.
With fingernail polish.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what. Ben's working with that kid a little bit.
Keep both. All right, Money Mitch. Then we're going to have 31st ranked passing offense for the foreseeable future.
Right on.
All right, so it was a good show.
Hey, I will see you on the pregame. So before I let you go here, how you feeling? You all right?
I couldn't be better. I mean, life is beautiful. I'm breathing the air. I'm talking football. We got the great people of JAKIB Nation. I got Big Sills on the air. We got Mike North coming up next. And the Birds are taking on Carson Wentz and the Vikings on Sunday. It's a beautiful life, but it's been a tough week in the city of brotherly love.
I get you, man.
24-20, Birds win the game.
Hey, just know this. Now you know how Chicago's felt for the last 20 years. How you doing? Hey, my friend, I appreciate you. I'll see you on the pregame show on Sunday.
Later, brother. Appreciate you.